Alright, so I know not many people have seen I wouldn't say full repair video over these, but probably a belt replacement video. I honestly looked online, and I've never seen a belt replacement over these guys, the Freaky Geek Big Heads. This is the Frankenstein Freaky Geek Big Head. This is the one that's been giving me problems for so long. I was actually just making a review video, and the freaking mechanism just completely stopped on me. So I went ahead and just at least started this out, and I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys how to do this before I get called out and anyone starts saying anything. This is just a simple head take, it's just a simple take apart the top part. There are 3 screws, one here, there's one at the top, and then one here. You have to move back this styrofoam a little bit, or you can just rip it off, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, my bad, it was flipped upside down. But you can see there's some holes there. There's a hole there. There's a hole here on the side, and then the same spot here. See that? Yeah, there it is. So, as of right now, I have 2 screws that are in there because they won't come out. And I also have, let's see, I think I have one screw. Yeah. So I have 1 screw that did come out right here. So I'm just gonna lay it off to the side, and then just so the weight isn't too horrible. This piece, and as you can see where this thing broke, let me see if I can show you, move this thing a little closer to the camera. You see this thing broke right here, this piece, right here. It just snapped off, and this is where it snapped off completely. I've glued it like a million times, but this piece right here is what holds the head and makes this little thing turn. So as of right now, I'm just letting the weight of the head hold it, and it's working. So I'm not going to mess with it because I've tried to glue it like a million times. But anyway, there are 3 holes right here, as you can see, where this head comes on. Obviously, you can tell. Best thing I can tell you is just take those off, so that way you can just gently let this kind of dangle. It shouldn't hurt it, because it hasn't hurt me. But anyway, I'm going to, obviously, like I said before, just kind of take this thing apart. I don't want to do this again, but I may have to. And this is up here where the arm broke. I don't know if you can tell. But as of right now, see, it stops. So I'm thinking maybe I just need a full belt repair, because that's what was happening with my big head. So, and what sucks is this thing has 2 belts. There's a belt here on the side that controls the head. I'm sure you can see that right there. And then there's a belt all the way down in here at the bottom of the freaking leg, which I've got to get to now. And sadly, I think I may have to end up actually taking... I may actually end up having to take this whole thing off, which sucks because I don't want to. Because as far as I remember, I think it's like... yeah, I'm going to have to like fully just take this body off again. And it sucked because I don't want to. This thing was a hard enough process to put back together. And I guess this time I'm going to actually have to fully remember how to do this. So, best thing I can tell you is when you start taking these guys apart, if you have to do a belt repair, make sure you remember how to put these guys back together, because it was a headache for me to try to remember how to put them back together. As of right now, I'm using myself an Oria kit. It has all these different types of bits that you can use, but the screwdriver is the best thing that you can have in your possession, because you can also use this thing to extend and get down into smaller spots. So if you are someone who repairs these guys, I would definitely recommend some of these. It's an Oria screwdriver set. It's the first thing you see when you look up screwdriver kit on Amazon. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to take a million years. So we're just going to slowly start trying to take these things out. Slowly but surely. It's gonna take a minute, because this was a very hard process to put back together. And now I'm going to take this rubber band that I found, because it's the same size as the belt, and I'm just going to see if maybe I can take it apart from there. I also have some music like in the next room over playing, so Apologize if you hear that. But I'm going to keep these screws in different spots on the floor. This is just kind of, as of right now, this floor is just kind of where I do my repairs, like in my closet, because it's where all my animatronics are anyway. Now, do I love repairing these? Yeah, I love repairing them. I absolutely do. These things are fun, in my opinion. Are they a headache? Yes, they are definitely a headache. But okay, so basically what I did was I took apart on this side right here. There's 2 screws on each side right here that you have to take apart and off. And basically, there's a screw back here that you also have to take off. Now, I'm going to try and take this off the best way I can. Because when I first did this, I actually had some kind of... I had a different screwdriver. But I'm hoping maybe I can just get to this belt. But the belt's okay, I can confirm that. The belt is fine. But the problem is that the belt, I guess it's just, it's just not either oiled or something else. But anyway, we're going to also repeat it on this arm. So now, I think basically, I can practically take this off. Okay, so see, there's like a little thing right here. Gotta remove that. And then you just gotta gently, I guess, just press these off. And then the arms should just come down. There you go. So don't be too rough, don't try to break it. But now, this is the piece that holds the arms up. Just lay that down for a minute. Same with this side. You're gonna take the screws out. There's 1 on the inside and 2 on the outside. Maybe apply some pressure, just try not to strip the screw. Take your time. Don't do anything that'll harm it. So I may not fully finish this, but I will definitely make a part 2 to this. So I think once I get down to the belt, I will make a video on how to put these guys back together, because at least I have had some experience with that well enough to know exactly how to fully put these guys back together. But again, like I said, best thing I can tell you, remember how you put them back together, because if you do not remember how to put these guys back together, you are going to have a literal hellfest. The Satan is literally going to freaking sit there and laugh at you. Okay? And that's just a figure of speech. I don't mean for that to be anything religious, obviously, but it is the worst thing ever. These guys, I think, were worse than me trying to repair a life size. Alright, so you do the same thing on here, and now you're just left with a body. Now, if I am correct, let's see. Okay. The belt should be, okay, so the belt is going to be right down here in this hip. And I'll show you what area. So, if you're looking at him from this perspective, if you're looking at him straight forward, okay, so if you're looking at him from the board, like this, where I'm facing, it's going to be on the left. It's going to be down here in this hip abdomen, this hip section right here. So what we got to do now is, sadly, we have got to remove at least the top half here. Now, honestly, I don't think I fully need to. I think I did too much. So what I'm going to do is keep all of this together. And I think this was where my mistake was. So this is what we're going to do. Extend this out one. That way we can get down in here. And I'm going to see if maybe I can remove that screw. Give me 1 second. See if I can remove it. If not, I may need to go get another screwdriver. Again, I just recently got this thing, so I don't fully know how this works. So I apologize. I'm still in the learning process on how to use these. So. Yeah, I may need to go get another screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to need to go get another screwdriver real quick. So, I'll be right back with another screwdriver. I think I still have the one that I used last time. So, let me go get that real quick. Okay. And yes, I am in my pajamas because I took a shower early because I had a long day. But yeah, this thing is just skinny enough to get down into this hole real quick. So I can just unscrew these screws. Sadly, this is my dad's. But, you know, you learn certain things. So, I'm doing the, so this is going to be a learning experience for me, because some of these, I do have to say, probably will, this new method I'm going to try to use, because last time I took this whole top part apart, and I think that was my problem. But, again, if you ever have to take that thing apart, just remember how you put it back together, because you're going to have a nightmare of a freaking task to do if you take it apart. But there's some screws back here in the back that you gotta take out. And they're not hard. I think the ones that are in like the butt region of the Freaky Geek are probably the hardest because they're the deepest in there. Yeah. This is a lot easier method. So, again, I'm just gonna kind of show you what I'm talking about. Again, there's screws they go all the way down to the feet that you just gotta take out slowly. Some are longer. The two at the very bottom are really long. They're longer. And they are going to be a little more tough to get out. See right here, they're just a little more longer. So lay those off to the side and make sure you don't lose those, because that's what's going to balance your Freaky Geek. So, now I've fully taken off every screw that is involved. And then, just gently take this apart. Voila. There's your bottom half. Here's your top half. We can just gently remove this. Maybe not. Okay, so obviously you're not going to be able to remove this, but I think we have got access now, and I'm begging and praying to God that we do, to the belt. Let's see here. Maybe. Give me 1 second. Alright, I am back. And so as I was looking at this off camera real quick while I was getting interrupted for a minute, basically, hold on. Okay, so basically, there's screws back here in the very back of this pants mechanism. Let's see if I can. So there's like screws right back here that you have to take out as well. It's kind of a mess right now, but once I get everything out and sorted for, it'll be a little easier. But just as of right now, I'm just trying to slowly take this out so that way I can get to the belt, because these pants obviously are blocking it. So let me continue this process real quick. Okay. Also, make sure you have a magnetic screwdriver, because it's a pain to mess with these. Alright, so there it is. There's the belt right here. It's down. It's all the way down here. I know it's ridiculous. But we are going to do a quick belt repair on this one thing. So just gently remove the belt. That's so. Now see, there's nothing wrong with this belt. It's fine. But that seemed to have been the problem, again, with my big head. So what I'm going to do here is just gently put on this rubber band and see if maybe that does the trick instead. So make sure it's on there. Make sure it's not twisted or anything, I guess. Now, where I got these rubber bands, don't ask. I actually had just like a stash. My parents had a stash downstairs, and I just figured, I found out that these rubber bands, I'm sure you can find them on Amazon or something, but these rubber bands actually were the same size as these belts. And so just as a quick test, and to make sure that this thing actually works, alright, so obviously I have it. I got to put these back on their hinges because it was starting to fall off. Making sure these are okay. Alright, so basically that's a quick belt repair. As you can see, it is on there. I took the old belt off, so now I have two extra belts now, just for a quick repair. Everything else should work, so I'm gonna go ahead, put them back together, and I'll be back with you after I'm done showing you, after I'm done putting this back together, because by there, however you took it apart is how you should be able to put it back together. So I'll be back with you in a few. Alright, so I was repairing them. I just quickly tested them. And the rubber band works. So I'm hoping that the rubber band will hold. Hoping this will probably be a little better for the motor, because I feel like this thing was just not running well on this belt, so who knows. So yeah, I'll be back with you in a minute after I take some time and finish putting a good portion of it back together, and then I'll just continue it from there. Alright, so it is currently the second day of me working on this Frankenstein. And I put him back together, and he does work. My only issue right now with him is the main fact that I am currently just having some issues with this arm. So I'm just gonna very quickly take him apart a little bit again, so maybe I can get this arm to be fixed. I also apologize to everyone for the lack of videos. I've been kind of on a standstill with me buying things, because as of right now I'm trying to kind of save some money to get some new, to kind of get myself some things, and I just don't want to spend too much. So I mean, I'm still gonna be getting stuff, and I still have things to review, but I'm probably just gonna be at a standstill for a little bit until then. But anyway, I'll still be getting stuff out to you guys, hopefully. But anyway, so as of right now, I'm just gonna very quickly unscrew this guy's arm right here. Hold on. Let's see if maybe... There you go. Because I was looking at the other video beforehand, and I guess my biggest thing is that I just want to make sure that you guys can kind of just see this the best way you can. So I am just currently at the moment taking him back apart because I'm going to have to fix up his arm again. But yeah, best thing I can say is when you actually take these guys apart, take the time to take the head off, because this head is going to weigh down so much plastic when you take them off, and it's just going to be an absolute nightmare to try to work with when you actually do this. But slowly taking it off because of the fact that, again, I don't want his head to be like pulling on these wires and all the plastic pieces, because it can give problems, I'd say, probably, with how tight. But we've already done the belt fixture, and like I said, there are 2 belts actually in this guy, believe it or not. There are 2 belts, and you just basically gotta slowly take them apart. You just gotta take him apart altogether to get to what you need to get to. So as of right now, I'm just trying to get all these screws out. Beats me on whether or not this thing's even unscrewing. Okay, apparently it is. And apparently it wasn't all the way in there either. Alright, then obviously again there's a screw back here. I apologize though if some of this is, I don't want to say poor, but it's my first repair video, so I'm going to try to find a better way to honestly showcase a lot of this stuff as well when I ever make more repair videos. But I'm also trying to do repair videos over things that I don't see on YouTube as well, because while there are a bunch of repair videos, there's just not enough repair videos over certain things, I feel like. So, anyway. Alright, so this is the arm right here that I have to fix. And so basically right now I'm just going to take all this tape off and re-tape it for now. It's the only thing I can do. So anyway, I'm going to take off all this tape, and I will be back once I have fully gotten back together, and I'll do a review over him, because this is the guy who's been giving me so many problems. Alright, so this is the final product. I actually think he looks a little better now. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but to me he kind of looks a little better now that I've messed with him a little bit and fixed him up. The arm is raised up as far as it will go. It's a little down, but it looks a little better. I guess I just hope that it'll stay up and not slowly start falling over time. It probably will. I'll probably have to be retaping this guy's arm probably for the rest of my life, for as long as I own him. But I'm going to do an official review video over this guy next time I make a video. So whenever that becomes a thing, I will make an official review over this thing. But just so you guys know, he does work. This is the final product, obviously. But since this isn't a review video, I'm not afraid to talk in between it. And the rubber band does work. Sadly, the mouth doesn't work, but I am actually very happy with how I got this. So, after all the hard work and hard efforts, I finally got him. So this is the best he's probably going to get for a while. But I'm very happy that I did get that rubber band on, and I'm glad that everything is working out just as it is. I also couldn't have done it without the help of this. I'm not a sponsor, obviously, because I'm such a small channel, but Aurea, just remember, if you guys ever need a screwdriver kit, this is the best screwdriver kit. All these bits, you even have a freaking flexible extension, and this is the screwdriver. Comes with a bunch of bits. This stuff will help. But I couldn't have honestly done it without that. So I'm happy I have that on my side to just kind of help me. But anyway, I'm happy you guys enjoyed this belt replacement video. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I'll definitely try to do better with my belt replacements or any repair video in the later future. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for sticking out with me. And again, I will be still uploading videos here eventually once I can, save up a little bit more money. I still have a bunch of stuff to review, so don't worry about that. I got content. But I'm just going to probably spread my videos out a little further between each other just to make sure, I can last until. But otherwise, yeah. Thank you for watching.